Okay, so observations and findings. What we do is we assess what we found in the repair. We categorize it into 4 different categories. In the old days, we called this a cause of failure. And then we realized several years ago that really not the cause of failure, because we're not getting all the information. It's really, we were documenting what we found to be wrong with the motor, and maybe we could come up with a theory on the cause, but without talking to you guys, the customer, we might not have the whole picture. So going through that, categorizing into different electrical, mechanical contamination, preventative maintenance, identifying and categorizing, so when we have larger customers where we get more volume of work, this becomes really important because we're looking at several cooling tower motors or several ID fan motors or whatever the motor is, and we're seeing a similar failure. Hey, that rotor failed this way. I wonder about the sister motor. Lo and behold, that one might have the same type of failure mechanism. So being able to identify that, offer that back to the customer to plan for inspection, but categorizing it properly. So here's the form. And like I said, summarizing it, we used to call it cause of failure. We actually realize now that it's really our observations and findings of the motor. This is one actually filled out. And so what we try to do is we try to identify the primary failure, in this case a bearing, so that's number 1. So it's a mechanical failure, that's checked. And then what happened after that, sequence of events. The bearing failed, so the rotor drugged the stator, and then after dragging the stator long enough, it grounded, trying to put it in the right scenario. Sometimes we have to talk to the customer to figure that out. Stop laughing at me.